Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we are back on the dev server and we're going to be having a look at a bunch of the changes they've done to kind of the graphical side of things, to the interface side of things, and also the mechanics. One of the mechanics though I'm not going to be looking at in this video is the new radar kind of multi-vehicle mechanics, because I've done a separate video on those just to kind of go through how it all works, just so you can see what goes on. So just to let you know about that. Also, at the same time, they've added a ton of tooltips to things and a ton of kind of additional information to the game, so you can kind of see what's going on with it, and that's really cool, but I'm not gonna go over those because they're just little pieces of the game too. So, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and like the video. Let's get into it. The first thing that is here is a few changes to how decals work. So first of all, you can actually search through the decals. So you can have a search function and then just type in something and see if you can find something and go from there. They've also added a bunch of decals when it comes to identification markers. So ones which were data mined, if you remember, like the US Air Force roundel, things like the Argentinian Air Force roundel too, and many other ones like the Romanian Air Force roundel. Some of them you can actually ground out, like this US Air Force roundel. Other ones you just have to buy with G. So that kind of sucks, but it is how this has been for a long time, and the search function is quite nice. Another thing that I noticed they've added is this. So achievements received and challenges completed, 313. And I don't remember this being here before, so I'm guessing this is an addition. Another part is they've added some Gaijin.net achievements. These are following the same idea that we've seen previously. So you have the Thai Ace, so you need to destroy 100 player vehicles using Thai vehicles, and then Swiss Ace, which is destroy 100 player vehicles while using Swiss vehicles. Would have been nice if they added these things in when the vehicles got added in, but I suppose we could always backtrack as we usually do. So nice to see that and everything else to do with it. Okay, let's talk about a new mechanic which is coming in. This one I think is actually really cool. So what we'll do is just kind of show it with the F111. They've added fuel dumping into the game, and what this means is you can basically just chuck out a bunch of fuel behind you, whoop, and then you can set it on fire. And what this can do is many separate things. First of all, it can actually make it so people don't see what you're doing because maybe they're blinded by the fuel. Another thing that it can do is you can set on your afterburner to set it off. And then as you're turning, you turn off your afterburners. And then hopefully the IR missile is supposed to like run into the fuel that's on fire. And then at the same time, you also can use like your countermeasures to try and get away from it as well. So this feature is only on the F111 right now. I'm sure it'll come to other vehicles as it comes on. And the way that you set it up is simple. You just do fuel dumping, set it up in the controls, and then you can do that. I don't see why this type of feature wouldn't come to like every single vehicle that would have access to it. You can actually see, so if I turn off the fuel dump and then I turn it back on, the actual fuel itself ignites when I put on the afterburners, but if I turn off the afterburners, it stays ignited, which I think is a really nice little thing. So you can actually control when you want to release it and then when you want to set it off. You can also just be Puff the Magic Dragon and then just keep doing it over and over and over again. But yeah, it's a cool little feature. It's probably not going to make a huge difference, but I think it looks really nice. And sometimes you need that on War Thunder. You just need things that look good. Talking about things that look nice. So first of all, it seems like they've once again improved what destroying vehicles looks like. Not just for ground, by the way. This is also for air and also for naval. There are many kind of individual separate fires that happen when it comes to naval and also other stuff and many other things. I also want to show you a funny bug. So I'll just destroy that vehicle over there. You can see the Leopard took quite a nice explosive shot there. And then kaboom. So yeah, the turret went flying, everything went flying, and that is some of the new kind of setup with it. You can see the standard one right there. This is what it'll look like if you have pretty high graphics on, and you'll see a massive little explosion of it. You can see the ammo cooking off here, and then also the explosion around it. Didn't even hit the ammo that time. And then this one, you can see that if you destroy or don't destroy the vehicle, it won't just go up in massive flames. But if you hit the ammo, the turret pops, the beautiful sparks go all over the place. It looks really nice. But also, at the same time, I feel like this is not too different to what we saw before, but at least that is there. You can also see how quick this leopard is moving. For some reason, the AI on the test drive, like the one that moves, it's insanely fast now. So this isn't just like this vehicle. It happens with the Shilka. It happens with the Panzer IV. They're just rapido around the place, and I have no idea why. They just fly super quickly. Also, as a little, I suppose, additional piece of news, this is the T-72B3M, right? Look at him go. Whoa. So this is the T-72B3M. There is another T-72B3 in the files, and it's the A. The difference between it is this one has the relic on the side, the one in the files has the Contact 5. So I thought I'd just let you know. I doubt it's going to come to the game unless it's like some kind of squadron vehicle or something. But yeah, they're similar. They both have like the arena system and all that, but they have slightly different armor profiles and probably slightly different things as well. So the visual effect of sinking ships also has been changed, which is kind of fun. And the emergency fuel dump effect has been added, which of course is on the F111A. And the impact of effects of APFSDS shells has been improved too, which is kind of fun. They also changed a few sound things. So for the sounds, it seems like they've decided that moving around with certain vehicles is the way to go. So basically, enemy and allied aircraft now sound more realistic when approaching the listener. This applies to piston and jet aircraft, which are flying at subsonic speeds. Then this change will, among other things, make the attacking aircraft more noticeable to the player. So you'll know it's coming in, and you'll be able to deal with it as it comes, and that will obviously help out quite a lot. Now, talking about like tooltips and stuff like that, there is a bunch of different kind of like multifunction changes when it comes to the interface. Like we can have a look at a bunch of them, but you'll see what I mean when you start like playing. Basically what they've done is they've taken this bar at the bottom and they've just massively improved it for aircraft and also for naval vehicles and just like SAM vehicles and anything else. So they've just added so much stuff to it. Like it's just insane how much is like changing in terms of the interface. I just wanted to show you the really rapid Panzer IV because I think it's just really funny to see. Look at him go. God damn. He's flying about the place. Absolutely skimming. My boy is definitely NASCARing. So yeah, he's... I tried to go at the same speed as it, and it's going about 60 kilometers an hour. Maybe 65 kilometers an hour. You can see like it slowly like builds up, but when it goes, it just starts going. So that little engine is running on Panzer Chocolat as it goes on the Blitzkrieg. So, so it isn't just the Leopard. Seems like all of the test drive vehicles are just rapido, like they're just flying around the place. So let's have a look at some of the kind of changes. They have actually changed a lot of the multifunction stuff. It isn't working on a lot of the new vehicles yet. Like the cockpits aren't fully there. So that is a bit of a problem. But you can see at the bottom of the screen, right? So you have the multifunction menu that you can click on. You have the SAS. You also have the drop tanks, so you can actually click on them instead of, you know, having to set them up. You have toggle gear, switch limits. You have fire, air-to-air missile, and then a bunch of other stuff too. So it's just basically designed to make it a bit easier as a little bit easier as kind of a setup. So therefore, you don't have to worry too much in terms of what you're doing, right? And then, of course, you have the C5s, which are the new fun missile, which are very much better at tracking and should have a longer range than the other ones. Now, talking about the multifunction displays, you can see here, you have kind of the standard ones that are about, but you can also change a bunch of them if I can remember which button it is, because nowadays there is just millions of the damn things. So yeah, you can, it might be camera control. But yeah, you can basically change them up how you want them, which I think is actually quite nice, because generally, people want to try and sort out stuff for themselves, and I'm sorry, I just can't seem to find it. So my bad. The general thing is that it's there and it's different. So yeah, you can change up like the way that the map looks, and you can change up how everything looks like, more customization for these high tier vehicles, so you can have a bit of a fun with it. The other thing that they've added now, and when we do some testing tomorrow, I'll kind of show you it, but when when you look at a battle statistics window, like for a mission or for something like that, it will actually show the player's kind of name in the battle statistics window, and it will show the player's background, the player's profile icon, frame, and also the title. So it will also show the player's top 3 vehicles in the current lineup that's been replaced with a full table with all the vehicles in the player's current lineup, sorted in ascending order of their battle ratings from top to bottom. So fully fledged tooltips are also coming in for stuff like this, which is pretty cool. So they're adding in, you remember last year when they talked about they were going to improve like the kill cam thing and you'll be able to style on people? They're adding that basically, which I think is pretty cool. So let's talk about some battle rating changes. Obviously with naval, it's going up to 8.7, so you're going to get a bunch of battle rating changes on top of that. First of all, for Briton, you have some blue water changes. The Marlborough and then also the Iron Duke, they are changing in BR. They're actually going up to 7.0. So you can see right here. The Hood is going up to 7.3. The Warspite is also going up to 7.3. And the Colorado, Tennessee, Scharnhorst, Kronstadt, and also the Fuso and the Issa are all going to 7.3. So those were obviously the ones that were performing very well at 7.0. You also have some going up to 7.7, the Amagi and also the Mutsu. So they're going to kind of fill out that BR bracket and sort that out. The Zibidi has moved in the tech tree. Basically, they're swapping with the ZLD, the Bing Bong, or the Boo Bing, sorry, is swapping with the Lunchi. And that's just because it's high BR nowadays. The ZLT is tough to play, so not really too surprising. And then also the Fong Kong T34, they have very much been rude. They have removed it from rank 4, and it is now at rank 3, which is kind of sad. But the reason why they've done this is because the ZSD 63PG87, they've actually moved from rank 3 to 4, and they've swapped them. So basically, once again, the tech tree actually follows the BRs, which is what you kind of want to do. Another set of vehicles that has been grouped together, which is really nice, is actually the Fox and its friend. So the Scimitar and the Fox are now grouped together, so it'll be easier for people to get the Fox. And also, the T55 group has been changed too. So they put them up in BR, they moved a bunch of stuff around, but now the Drozd and the T62 are together in a group instead of the T55, which is now with the T62 now. So you can see that this area has kind of switched itself up. All of these areas are now grouped for the Soviets in this left-hand line. So it just makes it a little bit easier for people. Another thing as well is there is an indicator for the depletion of ammunition that's been added, mainly for naval though, not really for anything else, and I can't really show you it because it'll take ages to drain the guns. But it is nice because let's say like you have 3 mega turrets like the Soyuz, if one of your turrets is out of ammo, it'll let you know. And there's nothing you can do about it, but it means that you can reposition to maybe get the other 2 firing when the other one is kind of useless. So a lot of cool changes here, a lot of really nice stuff to see. And really cool that Gaijin is putting a lot of effort into the interface side of things and also some of the other really cool features. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecovo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Warthunder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.